What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Bonus Level, the show where we take things off the rails pretty much from the first couple seconds. My name's Matt, and I'll be your host for this wonderful journey's events. I'm joined, as always, by the magnificent, the magical, the Monopoly, Destiny. What's up, girl?
I wasn't sure if it was going to be me or if it was going to be Midas because you added an M at the very end, so that threw me off.
You know what?
Hello,
I
everybody.
zeroed in on the Monopoly behind you, not even thinking about the fact that we had Midas on that also starts with M. So I'm just going to pigeonhole myself and run with this and see if I can do it again. And this week, we are joined by one of the most hype men in the entire game. Somebody who genuinely makes a difference every single day that he gets on camera. We have the... What's another adjective that starts with M? The
Magnificent.
I said magnificent. I said magical.
Marvelous.
The monstrous,
Magnanimous.
the momentous, I like Magnanimous. Magnanimous, Mr. Midas, what's going on, dude?
All right, so let's start this straight off, yeah? So we got beef, yeah? So the last time you lot had a bonus episode, you lot had a beach party, and they even invite, man. You get me? Look, I got my sliders. You think man don't have sliders because I'm from the UK? I got my sliders. I got my beach thing. They try not invite man to the beach party. What's going on? I am in the building.
I'm just saying, dude, if we really sent out a really exclusive invitation to you. It was in the thumbnail and everything, and we just never heard back. What did I say? What can I say? Like, my heart was hurt, and that was just how things rolled.
Matt cried about it.
Rude. Good. I was on you lot's neck. I'm glad in the comments, on Twitter, everywhere.
I saw it. I was laughing so hard. I was like, wait a minute. And then I realized what the topic was. And I was like, wait, he's confused on the topic, but we still should have invited him.
The funniest thing was, I'll tell you what the funniest thing was. I think about a week later, Destiny tweeted something and I tweeted and I was like, well, we still got beef though. And she messaged me like, what we got beef for?
Well, I'm glad you're here to bury the hatchet because we are going to get into some shit today. We are going to be building our own JRPG parties because, as everyone knows, Midas is one of the most well-respected and well-known JRPG dons out here. So we had to bring him we're going to build a JRPG party. From anime characters, we're going to be building a leader, a healer, a tank, and a ranged character. We're going to take characters from anime, slap those in together. But before we do that, Midas, if somehow someone doesn't know you, especially here on level 1, which you've been on before, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, if someone's come onto the channel and they don't know who I am, welcome to the channel and they're a new subscriber. And we need even more of you new subscribers because the content you lot do over here is incredible. So I welcome lots of people who don't know who I am, who can come and join the family. But if you don't know who I am, I go by the name of Mr. Midas. I am a video game TV presenter and content producer based in the UK. I'm loud, I'm crazy, I love myself RPG, I love to talk video games, and yeah, just one of them and them, you see it?
100%. I'm stoked to have you on, my dude. We're going to get into it. So let's start because we have to talk about JRPGs. We have to talk about the incredible cast, the parties that we build, because everyone knows the heart of any JRPG is the cast, is the party, is the interactions between them. So we did this scientifically. I can tell all three of us really, put the work in, put the Excel spreadsheets, built out the, the HP, the magic, the attack, really tried to finesse this thing. And I could see Destiny was just like, why are you telling everybody our trade secrets? Nobody knows about our spreadsheets. That was not it.
I was literally like, I actually at first had Ruby Rod on my list. And then you were like, it's anime characters because I forgot. So I was like, comic relief, Ruby Rod.
I literally, you know me, I'm a JRPG specialist. I took this serious. Like, I knew you would. Even certain characters, I had to go back and be like, no, but are they good enough? Is that person good enough to be the leader? And I had to go back and watch a trailer. This time, I've been filming all day. I filmed like 5 episodes of Too Many Games today and working on my list.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
I'm really proud of you. I don't know why I'm here because this is definitely a you and Matt thing. Like, I think I forgot, and then I went back and read what the topic was, and I was like, I don't even know why he invited me, because
Um,
my list is going to be, this is the first time I might lose
well,
when it comes
Destiny,
to the top list.
unlike you, I want to make sure you're there for the party.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Listen,
wow.
to be fair, I feel like that was on Matt's bad. You guys are
Wow.
like super buddy. You
Listen,
guys are super
Destiny,
buddy.
listen,
Wait. I thought I was Team Destiny. I've
I was
always
about
been
to
Team
say,
Destiny.
he's always been Team Destiny.
Listen, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Don't let me pick up my DMs and show the last
Pick
time we
up
had a
your
conversation.
DMs.
Listen.
Show the last conversations we had.
I just remember going to Destiny. I was like, Destiny, this episode's upcoming. It's about beach parties. Midas is always a good time. He's basically a party personified. And Destiny's like, who?
Wow, the lies that you spin that come out of your mouth.
I don't
He's
understand.
gassing. I know. Destiny will never forget about me.
I wouldn't forget about you. I'm the one who actually suggested that we bring you on for these two, you and Andy, for these episodes. And then Matt messaged you. So
I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it.
Liar.
Let's start with our leader. We're going to go round table style, bounce around back and forth, and talk about who we are going to build out our party with. And then we'll see at the end which party reigns supreme. Midas, who's your leader in your JRPG anime game?
All right, so this is obviously the most difficult one, having a leader that is incredible, that's iconic, and someone that stands out. So surprisingly enough, I actually went with a human. So I didn't go with anyone with any special abilities. I went with Jubei from Ninja Scroll. Now,
okay.
Ninja Scroll is one of my favorite animes ever. Jubei is incredible. He's so iconic, like the scene at the beginning of Ninja Scroll when he walks across the bridge and he slices up the guys in a hat. Like, so many people stolen that scene. Samurai, Afro Samurai, loads of animes have got that scene. And even though he's a Ronin and he's a human, this guy took out the 8 devils of Timon. So this guy, he took out devils. Like, one of the devils he took out is can't die. And he still beat my man. Like, he took out bare devils. And even when they tried to kill him and they poisoned him, he found a girl that had poison in her, lips her, and then he was calm, you get me? So my man is a bad man of all strength. His visuals are cool, the way he swords fights. And even though he is a human, if he can take out 8 devils, he is worth leading my party.
You know what? I've never heard of Ninja Scroll before, and now I'm going to have to watch this because this sounds awesome. Yeah.
It's a
can you leave the podcast?
Yeah.
Me and Destiny can do the rest.
I'm going to go have my own beach party. Forget this. I'll have to check this out because that's sick. Because you know what's funny, Midas? I actually went with a human for my leader too. Someone who has no extra abilities. It was just a total badass from start to finish. And this, again, shouldn't really surprise most people. But for the leader of my party, I went with Gintoki from Gintama. I said also a samurai, also an ultimate badass, but also someone who I aspire to be because this man is chaos incarnate. He does not take most things seriously. He's completely out to lunch most of the time, fucking around, running around, drinking strawberry milk, eating ice cream. He just screws around most of the time while also being one of the strongest people out there. Similarly, took down demons that couldn't die, but just as an awesome role model, takes care of everybody around him. And everybody knows that even though he's a shit, they can still count on him. So he's just awesome. He's one of the best. I love him a lot. It's gotten to the point where pretty much anytime I make my own character, I now make them as Gintoki because that's how much I love him. And I have, where'd he go? Hold on. He's back here somewhere. Where do you see? Here he is. Gintoki, my man, the leader of my party, the most badass, all about it.
Nice.
So it seems like our leaders are having a bit of a samurai off so far. So let's see what Destiny brings to the table. D, who's your leader?
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. So he's not a samurai. He is a human. I just think that he's like, first of all, I just want the voice actor because I love his voice. And second of all, I just really like Spike's attitude. Like, even though he has like this kind of like nonchalant, I don't care, he really does care about the people that he works with, and he always gets the job done. Like, even at the end, I refuse to believe he died. I think Faye is on her way because she finally realized her feelings for him. But I really think he makes a great leader. Like, I think if it wasn't for Jet, he definitely would have led the team, but he just didn't care enough to be a leader. But I think he has the qualities to be a leader. So that's why I picked Spike.
I feel like Spike and Gintoki are kind of similar in that nonchalant whatever attitude that but again, ultimately people know they can trust them and people can count on them. Is Jubei in that same wheelhouse, or is he like, is this man hard?
Exactly the same. It's so mad. These are leaders who don't care about being leaders. Like Jubei, like he's the baddest and he's got to do so much. He don't want to do it, family.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the only reason he's helping them is because they poisoned him. He was like, oh, my man was just like, you know what? Like, you're gonna help us. So he's like, no, like, all right, let's poison you. And he's like, all right, let me stick the poison back in you. And he's like, that's not really the poison. He's like, well, I'm gonna have to help everybody now.
Yeah.
So they're all in the same thing. They're all on this.
Yeah.
Man would do the thing in it. Man would do it if he's got to do it.
Yep. I like it. Then Gintoki always late for rent, just can never get his shit together properly. So I feel like we've kind of started off on a similar foot here with our leaders, and I love that, which also shows how close we are all as people, and how if there were beach parties that people wanted to be invited to, they would happen, even if somebody else said no.
Like
let's
real
do
beach parties.
Yeah, like real beach parties. Listen,
Yeah.
we both know we're gonna have to go to we're gonna go to London at some point to see Midas. It's
No.
We're gonna have to go, like,
Wait. No.
next year.
Let me come there for a beach party. There ain't no beaches here. That's what you want to come to.
No, not in Canada
shit.
either. Yeah.
All right, Miami. We'll go Miami Beach. All right, we'll do that.
All right,
Do
there we
that.
go. Midas, who's your healer in your party?
All right, so my healer. I thought we was
Yeah.
in range next. All right, so my healer. I wanted to go a bit interested with my healer. Now, one of the things that is really interested in JRPGs is obviously you have your healer, but healers in JRPGs are different from like healers in shooters, because your healer in a JRPG will still be fighting on the front line. So they're not just healing; they have to be able to fight. So I went with Nell from Bleach because I think little Nell is super cute. Love the character. So whenever they need to heal you, they can be little Nell, be in the background, crying around, being super nice. But if you want smoke, grown up woman Nell will come and take you out, because she is badass as a woman. She's like strong, and I wanted to make sure that I had more than one strong woman in my party. All right, so and obviously when she's grown, she's spicy as well. So, yeah.
Oh man, I feel bad. I've never watched Bleach either. That's like one of the only massive ones I've never watched.
What?
Destiny, this is you being like, maybe I shouldn't have been on this episode. I'm starting to feel.
Who is
Well,
this
you
guy?
were like, let's pick anime characters, and you haven't even seen some of like the biggest animes out there. So I'm just surprised.
What?
Nothing.
I'll send you links to these people once the episode's done.
I'm looking them up as you're talking, so we're good. But I trust
Okay.
you. Okay, for my healer, again, my JRPG party, I need a lot of chaos. I need a lot of ridiculous big personalities that'll somehow kind of mingle into each other at the end. So for my healer, I picked Aqua from Konosuba. Again, she is just absolutely ridiculous. She is so not serious, but she's like an actual goddess. She's one of the most powerful beings in this entire narrative of the show.
I don't know who that is. Send me a link so I can.
I'll send you a link. A link. She's unreal. Also, easy on the eyes, but just an absolute monster in terms of her strength and her healing abilities. She is a literal goddess. She just kicks so much ass, and I just feel like the interactions between Gintoki and Aqua alone would be worthwhile to carry this entire thing, because again, they're both absolutely insane in very different ways. And I'm all about it. I want to see this chaos come together, because I think it'd be awesome. D, who's your healer?
So I just forgot her name because I realized I had the wrong name down. So give me like 2 seconds, and we'll just cut this and then go straight to it. Like I didn't forget, but she's the chick from Tenchi Muyo. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tenchi Muyo. Have you?
I haven't.
Neither of you have ever seen it?
Nah,
Oh.
I think send that link as well. Do you want me to send you a link to Nell, or have you found her already?
I found her.
Okay, so I was gonna say Ryoko, I'm surprised you guys don't know who she is, but that's not who I was talking about. It's the doctor, and I can't think of her name. Anyways, I will think of it in just a second by the time we get to the end of the show. But the reason why I picked her is because she is a doctor. She's like super, super intelligent. She has like that cute factor. So it's not like that easy on the eye, sexy look. It's just like she's there, she's doing her job. She actually does have a like a grown-up version of herself, but the reason why she doesn't use it is because she doesn't want to be like over sexualized, which I thought was really funny in a Japanese anime.
Nice.
Basically what she does is she's actually from like another planet. If you've never seen Tunchi, I don't know if it would be your type. It's one of those harem type animes where there's one guy and like all these girls are after him. It's super it's really funny though. It's really
Konosuba
funny.
is similar. Yeah, it's hilarious
Okay.
in that way.
But it's really, really cool. I love her characters. She's super smart. She's always coming up with different creations. She's always developing new things. And I like the idea of a healer who's kind of techie, right? So she doesn't necessarily have like superhuman powers, but like she's really smart and creates things that can like help you, like a heal bot or something like that. So and I will get back to you with her name. I can't believe I forgot it. But
Send me a link for her as well.
yes, I will.
Tenchi Muyo. I'll drop it. If this is what it is, I'll drop it in the chat right now. But yeah, okay, cool. So it seems like we've all got some good healers on our sides here who can also mess things up when they need to.
That's her name.
Washu. There we go.
That's her
Washu.
name. I
from
can't
Tenchi
believe I
Muyo.
forgot that. But okay.
I can't believe either. Who forgets
Yeah.
Washu?
Who forgets that? But yeah.
Midas, who's your tank?
Sorry, I was checking it out. Washi.
Yeah, the greatest scientific genius in the universe. So.
All right, so for my tank, this is the one I was having a lot of issues with. I was thinking, I don't know who to go with for my tank. Now, I am not even going to try and pronounce his name because I'm going to look stupid. So I'm not even going to go there. But I'll make it nice and easy. We are talking about the robot from Appleseed. So obviously we know about Appleseed.
Yep.
He's big. He's got them big bunny ears. He can.
He's cute.
Yeah,
I know he's like.
Yeah, he's the thing is he's proper hench. He can deal big damage with guns. He can be all up in your face with close guns. He can stay back and do range guns. But he's actually a sweetheart as well. Like, and that's one of the things, the tropes that I really like in RPGs, when you get someone that it's like Barrett, innit? Barrett's like when
teddy
you
bear
first meet,
inside.
yeah, when you first meet Barrett and he comes off as this big gruff, I'm gonna save the world, and then you see him with Marlene and he just melts. So I thought that would be quite a cool addition for my tank. And if any of you can say his name, brownie points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add this to the list of things I've never seen.
Oh, have you watched any anime?
Golly.
Or are you just 10 years old?
Both?
Oh, I literally try to get him to watch certain anime, and he's like, "I'm gonna watch it," and he never does. So
I started Scissor 7 and then just fell off of it.
Not just Scissor 7.
And?
I told you about. I can't think right now off the top of my head. Oh, don't even. When I hit you with that list, I hit you with that list.
They got games as well, though, Matt. There's Appleseed games as well. Like Appleseed is like
really popular. Classic. So I'm surprised you don't know what that one is.
But. I'll have to check it out. It's interesting, Midas. I feel like we're kind of aligning with the way that we're building our teams, because my tank also is a giant, basically kind of mech, but it's a huge suit of armor. That is also a total sweetheart with a real heart of gold. I picked Alphonse Elric from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood / Full Metal Alchemist. He's just. I need someone who is a little more calm and a little more level-headed, especially with the likes of Gintoki and Aqua and my final character. I need someone who's going to kind of, keep them on track, get their shit together, who's going to be there for them in a really fundamental way. Plus, he's got all of the, the magic stuff that he can do with the different. I'm blanking on the name. What is it called now? What is the magic that they do in Full Metal Alchemist? Alchemy.
It's alchemy.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the alchemy.
Yep.
The alchemy. Yeah, so he's awesome. I think he's such a cool character. He balances out Edward so much, and I think that my team needs someone who's going to, take the hits, but is also going to be there for them when they need it emotionally. He's not just a physical tank, he's an emotional tank as well.
That's nice.
Right? There you go.
Hmm.
D, who's your tank?
So I actually had 2 tanks picked. Um, at first I was gonna go with Akira because like he's just massively destructive, but then I was like, I don't think you could control him. So then I decided to pick One Punch Man because he is just the ultimate tank. Like,
Yes.
he's just the ultimate tank. I feel like I don't need to say much. Like if you haven't seen One Punch Man, you need to go see it. Like where have you been? But like this man just wants to live his normal life. I feel like this is kind of the thing for all of my characters. They're just trying to live their normal life and they get pulled into some shit and then they just wreck stuff. They just wreck it. Like why'd you even like step up to him? But I love One Punch Man. I love the comedic timing in it, and I think him and Spike Spiegel's personalities would be hilarious in a group together. So,
See, One Punch Man, incredible, perfect tank, takes out anyone, but he's always late.
He
so,
is late. Could
so
you
if
imagine
you got-
Spike being pissed off every
Yeah.
time because he's late showing up to the fight?
Exactly. And if you're taking on like something that might kill you in 20 seconds, then he's gonna come, everyone's dead, Punch takes out everyone else, and he's just on his own again.
And I don't know if you guys saw the game, the One Punch Man fighting game that they did, but essentially he's not actually a fighter, but you're basically fighting each other while building up a meter for him to get there and end the fight. I think it's such a brilliant way. D, I like that's such a good tank, especially because he's just like this little bald, lanky dude, and he just walks in and absolutely wrecks. I have seen that one, and fantastic pick for your tank. And you know what? You have a knack for picking these things that I don't think any of the rest of us. I think One Punch Man could literally solo every character ever. So we'll see how that happens. Midas, who's your ranged?
All right, so my final person is from range. So I obviously had to represent. I wanted a black woman in my party, a strong black woman. Now, one thing that I love about range characters, if you think about animes, if you think about JRPGs, even if you think about old school like Western cartoons, the range person is always super cocky. Think about Gambit. Think about like literally anyone. They're always proper cocky and up themselves. So you have to have someone with a bit of flair. Can't just have a normal. So I had to get the queen, the one and only Michiko. Yes, she has to come in from Michiko and Hechin. She is a strong black woman. She can shoot all types of guns. She's got pistols in your face. She's got snipers. And she can ride a motorbike as well. So if we've got like special attacks, like in a Final Fantasy or like in Persona, she brings out her bike like Cloud Strife, licks you in the face with the bike. Like she is done, and she's got attitude for days.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen that one. I'm gonna need links for all of these models because I don't think I've seen a single one from your list.
You literally, you're gonna have to watch my whole list before we vote.
I know. Yeah. We'll just pause the podcast real quick. Come back in about 8 hours. We'll make it through. No worries. Cool. Great character. I'm excited to learn more about them. D, have you seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
Well then. Okay, for my ranged character, again, I picked someone, and it's funny, Midas, that you mentioned, these ranged characters tend to be cocky. They tend to be fiery personalities. So for my ranged character, who's a bit of an oddball because she uses a hammer and nails, I picked Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. Again, an awesome character. She also brings in that chaos that, again, alongside Gintoki and Aqua, poor Alphonse dealing with all three of them. But she's fiery, she's hot-headed, she's strong as hell, and just seeing her kind of, toss up those nails and just bat them with that hammer and just completely send them into people and get them absolutely wasted out on that. She's such a cool character. She's so powerful. And I feel like the team balance, I have 3 characters that just bring a ton of chaos, and then poor Alphonse trying to keep them all together. But I think she's sick. I think she's super strong, and I think she'd really hold her own. And plus, I wanted to pick someone that's like, a bit of a weird ranged character. So what's a better way to be a ranged character than using hammers and nails? So I think she's dope. So she's going to be my ranged for my JRPG party.
Yeah, she's dope. The only thing I think is, if she's not having a good day, she ain't helping your party, fam.
I know. That's what
she'll just be like, forget you, man. She'll sit down and yam a sandwich and watch you lot fight.
but that's my whole party. So this my party is very dependent on the day that they're doing stuff or why they were wronged. Because if somebody like accidentally drinks their beer or takes their sandwich, shit's gonna go down very, very quickly. They're gonna be like, I don't know, ending the world. They're gonna be like, yeah, whatever. I still have my ice cream here. D, who's your ranged?
Okay, so for my range, I picked 2 as well because I couldn't decide who I wanted. So the first one I picked was Astro Boy because he
Nice.
does a ton. Yeah, it made me think of like Mega Man style and things like that. And then the second one I picked was also because I wanted to throw a black character in, and she's also female, but I think she's only had 1 or 2 episodes of Bleach, and her name is Coffee. I don't know if you guys seen her, but I was irritated because her name was Coffee, and I was like, I don't know if I should pick her because they named her. But I just loved her character. I remember the first time seeing it, and it was my first time seeing like a really well done female looking character in an anime, and like she's just hot. Of course, she uses guns, so range attack, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted to pick. I really love Astro Boy, but I also really wanted to add some diversity to my team. So I decided I would just make them partners. And so in mine, they work together.
Just ratchet and clank them. Coffee can
Yeah.
strap Astro Boy to her back, and then just, she has extra jumps and everything.
I figured like I would make Astro Boy smaller than he actually is, so he's kind of like a flying kind of like shooting thing, so she can send him out, and she also has her guns. That's what I was thinking because I wanted to use both of them. So
literally Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
But so I guess we need a new game about Coffee and Astro Boy, and I think that'd be unreal.
No,
So-
we can't call her Coffee because of like we'll give her another name, but I love her. She's really cool.
Yeah, I just looked her up. She seems awesome. So let's get into it because we have our full teams, and let's just run down our full list for a recap here. Midas, hit me with your full party.
All right, so our leader is Jubei from Ninja Scroll. Our healer is Nell from Bleach. Our tank is, I don't know how to say his name, from Appleseed. And our ranked is Michiko.
Nice. So for my leader, I got Gintoki from Gintama. For my healer, I got Aqua from Konosuba. For my tank, I have Alphonse from Full Metal. And for my range, I have Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. And Destiny?
For my leader, I have Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. For my healer, I have Washu from Tenchi Muyo. For my ranged attack, for my tank, I have One Punch Man from One Punch Man. And for my ranged attack, I have Coffee from Cowboy Bebop and Astro Boy from Astro Boy.
See, I think that these teams are actually really well balanced, and I genuinely don't know who would win this battle because I'm just going to assume One Punch Man is late. And that's how I'm going to deal with that.
Because I was like, One Punch Man, like he, like there's no winning.
There,
like,
yeah, he's
literally.
So I guess he would beat everyone, but assuming he's late, I don't know. I really don't know how to kind of power these guys out because I don't know any of Midas's characters.
You know what? This is fair though, because since he's always late, I think it's okay that I have Coffee and Astro Boy working together. It's like kind of make up for him always being late.
I feel like I could have some of my characters try and sweet talk him over onto our team. I feel like he's easily swayed and kind of dumb.
Who? One Punch Man?
Mm.
Oh, I don't know. I think Coffee. I'm gonna be like stereotypical and say Coffee knows how to throw down in the kitchen, and he loves to eat. So
That's true. He does love to eat. Midas, what do you think?
Do you know what? I feel like all of our parties are pretty similar in terms of like we've kind of gone a good way on all of our approaches, and I feel like even though yours is just fucking chaos street, we could mix up our parties and still they work quite well. So yeah, I don't feel like I probably like obviously Destiny's tank just takes everyone out, so that's just thingy. In terms of range, even though Michiko is super cool, she's just a human with a gun, so she probably isn't going to be as strong. And then in terms of the healer, I think they all kind of work. So I feel like we've kind of done quite a good balance. We're on a triangle now. We're like on the trifecta, unless One Punch Man comes and just punches all the triangle down, and it just becomes three flat lines with a hole in it.
I think that would actually be exactly how it happens. But I agree with you. I think we've built like 3 really solid teams, and then One Punch Man. Let's just assume he's going to be late because that's how I have to deal with this in my mind. Because Destiny just won again, and I have to. Come on! But I'm happy with our teams. I think this would be an awesome JRPG. I would play all 3 of these games, even though it would be a wild ride no matter what we do. So I'm pretty happy with these lists, guys. Good job. Claps all around.
And I'm glad we got to introduce you to some anime that you've never seen before, because I know you're a big anime buff. So
I am.
I just watched Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
I watched the first episode. I've heard really good things. I'm excited to keep going.
I heard a bunch of really good things, but to me, it's just, if you've watched as much anime as I've watched, it just seems like a very stereotypical like anime. Even though this is not about that, but I felt like it was a good tie-in because we did pick a lot of characters from anime. And I didn't want to use any of those characters. I literally, if when you guys watch it, think like what characters.
So I've seen it.
Okay, what characters would you pull from it for your team? Would you pull any of the characters from it for your team?
Probably not. But I'll tell you what's weird. I really enjoyed it. I think it was really good. But for me, it felt more like a Western cartoon than an anime.
I think they just call it anime because of the style that it was done in.
Well, it's done by Trigger,
Yeah.
and they do Killers and that. So they're a dope studio, and I really enjoyed it. But it did give me very kind of Western vibes. But it makes sense because that's what Cyberpunk is. But I really enjoyed it. But to be honest with you, there's so much animes out there. I think it's difficult to be able to, because like someone like Goku, like if I knew he was all battling, I would have put Goku in my party. I didn't get that memo, so it's hard to think. And I think there's so many incredible anime characters that really stand out. Like, I'll be honest with you, other than Demon Slayer is probably the only new anime where the characters, and obviously One Punch Man, but that's still been out a while, that really stand out to me. Like, a lot of these characters that mean a lot to me are from the older animes, like the Bleaches and people loving the One Pieces, and going even further like Akira and stuff like that. And I feel like these new gen ones, even though they're dope for bite size and you watch them, cool, but none of the people, like, I don't think about them the next day.
That's the same thing. Like, sometimes, like, I've seen a lot of anime and I don't remember what I've seen, because after a while it starts to like blend together. Like, I don't think I'll ever like really recall like
can't even remember the name.
Yeah, see, there you go.
There you go. That's what I mean.
Cyberpunk, only because I felt like, and this is not blowing anything, I really felt like this could have been a 2-season anime with like 24 episodes, so that like you really got to understand the complexities of the characters, because I feel like they really missed out on that. So it was a lot of action, which if you like a lot of action, I mean, like, this is the anime for you. But I felt like there's so many things that like I really wanted to understand, like why a certain character was doing what they were doing. Like, because I got really irritated with the main protagonist a lot, which I think was part of my issue. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But I think if you like a lot of action, you like fast paced, it's for you. I just need I wanted more character development, I guess. I think there were really great characters and there was the shell for it, but it was missing a lot of like
the character
relationship building between the characters, as I felt like it was missing. Like, I got why they connected, but then again I was like, but why do they feel so strongly towards each other? There's not been enough time in the anime to establish how serious this relationship is between these characters. But it was animated beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, Trigger is known to be one of the most beautiful animation studios. I'm gonna have to finish it because I am curious to have like a larger discussion around this, and maybe we'll do that a little bit later this year. But
Yeah.
that brings us to the end of this edition of Bonus Level. Midas, if people wanted to find more of your greatness, where could they do so?
Just come over to Twitter. It's probably the easiest place, at Mr. Midas Games. To be honest with you, everything's Mr. Midas Games. So you can go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've just dropped a huge video with Cyberpower, doing a campaign with them about going my journey from console gamer to PC gaming. So go and check that out, like it, comment, talk up the thing. And yeah, man, just come and talk games. I love games and I'm one to talk to.
Make sure you go check out Midas and all of his incredible content. As for Destiny and myself, make sure you come back and hang with us out over on Burnout Brighter, where we do all things video game, mental health, and social justice each and every week. But that brings us to the end of the show, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.